is approximately 5:47, and we will get started by calling the roll. Oh, I can do it. Jean Belmontes, present. Myra Hernandez, excused, absent. Sorry, and Lynn Nava, also excused. EA. Monica Cavazos. Graciela Villarreal.
It's running late.
Running late. Okay, so we'll leave it open. Cristina Cuellar, she's leaving the board. Has she already, or is she still with us?
She's still with us.
Okay.
I don't have a letter yet. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think she's going to Washington. I think that's what I heard. Congratulations to her. Bianca Brewster, present and mad and
Hungry.
Nick Benavides, excused absent, Texas Water Development Board. Diana Gomez.
Present.
And Armando Velasco. And Dewey. And Andy Linares. All right. Okay, Andy, you're new to us, so welcome to the group. We're somewhat informal most of the time when we're here, but we try to keep up pace, about 90 minutes tops, no more than that, and then we get out of here. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so the first agenda item I have is the approval of the minutes. Do I have the minutes? Do I have the minutes? Where are my minutes?
Oh, they're right here. I'll give this one.
Okay. Okay, has everybody had a chance to read the minutes? Yes. Okay, so then I'll entertain a motion for the minutes for approval or amendment.
I motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Do I have a second? Second. Mr. Leonidas, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right. So the next item is the citizens' communications. Do you have any citizens who want to communicate today?
Somebody wanted to, but she didn't show up.
She didn't show up. Do we know who she was?
What's her name?
Diana Sanchez.
Oh, Sanchez.
Yes, there you go. Diana Sanchez.
Diana Sanchez.
I looked her up today just to make sure.
That name sounds
So
familiar.
her concern is that we should have that I should have a committee that does weekly check-ins to make sure that everybody is watering correctly their lawns.
Oh, outstanding. It's a great idea. I'd love for her to
Do that on her
yeah,
own.
got to set up that committee. That'd be great. She could join us. I mean, the city of Laredo's utility department already does some of that through their code enforcement. And of course, so does the rest of the code enforcement. If they spot it, they'll say. But what does she mean by correctly?
That they're not done. And
What's not done?
we should have, we should do monthly, what is it?
Like random neighborhood checks, or like
Neighborhood
literally
checks.
like every day, or
Yes, neighborhood
like a
checks.
neighborhood, or
Yes.
Or to do what?
Neighborhood checks to make sure that
people are watering their
and
lawn
taking care
accordingly.
of their lawn and keeping it green and
Like what does that mean? Like when they put us on a
Homeowner associations are for.
I know.
In
that's what
those
I'm saying.
neighborhoods that have one, absolutely. And those outside of that, I mean, there's a certain measure of personal responsibility for your own lawn. I mean, if you're getting
I mean, I guess
money,
if we're under like drought, like only Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or like, I can kind of get that a little bit, but then, I mean, Laredo's not big, but it's not small either, and we're volunteers.
we don't have the
you know,
manpower
like,
for
well,
that.
yeah, like we're volunteers. KLB technically is like a volunteer organization, so it would be very difficult. There's a lot of liability involved in that, and then who are we to? We're not equipped or educated or licensed to go to a homeowner and say, hey, turn off your water. Like, who am I? You know?
I agree. I think, our role primarily
Is to educate. Our role is to educate and empower. Educate and empower. Like, hey, if she wants to do that on her own far be it from me to say, don't do it, but please take these things into consideration. I mean,
Right.
yeah.
And I mean, I agree with her that this is something that needs to be, done. But the city already has departments that are empowered to do that.
Yeah.
But that's not our role. Our role is, like you said, to educate and.
Like, we're not meant to be intrusive. Like, we can tell you what to do all we want, like, all day long, but I mean, it's for you to push the button,
That's right. We'll get all the information out to you. If we can find sponsors for certain things, we can send people, postcards and flyers and door hangers and that kind of stuff. And there are things that we can do to educate folks, but, one, we have a limited amount of resources in terms of both money and manpower. And so we can't, that's not really our role. And tackling that particular issue, the best way for us to handle it on a mass scale and get the most bang for our buck is going to be through either PSAs or some type of, awareness campaign.
Yeah, or we do a cleanup in a
Social media.
particular area where it's like, they waste a lot of water, like we could do more, more education in that particular area or whatever.
I'll just set it because she wanted to.
Yeah, you're good. That's it. Welcome.
No, don't worry.
You're fine.
But again, there's only so much that we can do, and I guess we want you to come, we'd address those concerns for her and offer to do the best that we could with regards to what that is, right? But it's, again, that is not our role.
Yeah.
We are not an enforcement agency of the city. We're not licensed or trained or certified to be able to do that. I mean, everybody would have to learn the ordinances, and so that's left up to stormwater, to utilities, code enforcement, and those folks. And again, everybody's got a right to do what they want with their property. I mean, it's their grass, it's their investment. And if you don't keep it up, I mean, like right now, I'd probably be on the bad boy list because I haven't cut my lawn. My lawnmower didn't work, so I called my landscaper and said, yeah, maybe I'll come by this week, because you never really call me. You only call me when your lawnmower's not working, or when your kids aren't here. So, I mean, and then there's people who park their cars on their grass. What do you do with them? And so, I mean, again, love
Like
to.
I say, as mentioned, that's HOA at the end of the
Yeah.
day. If there is an HOA.
And I mean, some areas don't have that, but I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of areas do,
I invited her to come join us. Maybe, at the end of the day, I think they just, they don't know where our role is, and that might be.
like our jurisdiction or restrictions.
And there may be
that?
some confusion to what.
Right, it may be time for us to kind of explain to the community what it is we do. I mean, there's a lot of folks who don't know. We don't just do tree plantings and cleanups. I mean, we are kind of an education arm for the city on its ordinances and the things that.
Like I said, education and empowerment. I give you the seeds, you plant, you plant them.
Okay, well, I mean, send a letter, a nice card, email, or just tell him, we welcome you to come and have that discussion with us. All right, so let's move on to the action items, and we'll start with the launch of the website and presentation to council. That's going to be done on March the 20th.
How
that
do
the
you
next council meeting?
feel about doing how do you feel we don't do a council meeting? What if we do a press release?
Well,
Would that make you feel better if we did a press release? If we
members of the board, it's your board. You all decide how you all want to handle it.
yeah, if we have a press release.
I think the 20th is going to be a very,
Oh, yeah. You guys
very busy.
you haven't had a meeting in a month.
Yeah.
Come back
I don't
and
know
watch
if that would be the time to,
Yeah.
and I think if it's just an awareness presentation, I think so. Ruby and I were talking about this. The idea when KLB was created was to have somewhat of an arm length from the council, and so I think awareness is fine, but I think in terms of you all are the board, and
Yeah, I know. I agree that maybe keeping it arm's length.
It
They
would
are,
be good to have their endorsement.
well, 'cause they are, my opinion, both from a council member's perspective, having been a council member, and then, you know, from the citizens' perspective, and a member of the board, you know, the council puts a lot of pressure on us to do a lot of projects for them. And so they have a certain expectation. I don't know that they really know what our role is when they come asking for things. You know, for example, there's a couple council members that really don't care that our calendar is booked. They look to us like a city department, and they expect us to be at their events and to do what we need to do for them. But that's really not. Again, that's not our role. We've always kept that arm's length relationship with them. But they do fund us. They do give us, you know, they do support us. They support our events, and so we kind of have to balance that. Do we let them know what we've done? Maybe we just go in ahead of the council meeting, like during the kind of communications pieces, hand them out some goodie bag with all our new logo and stuff.
Either that or like meet the new mayor kind of thing. I mean,
Yeah, as I
he
said, we
is
can also
technically
do,
part of the council.
we can do a press release where we can invite them all, give them a goodie bag, and they'll be aware.
Reintroduce them to the new logo,
Yes.
like what our new intentions are.
And there, I feel we might get a bigger, because at the end of the day, we want to, it would be like the community, for the community to be aware, like, this is who we are now, and this is who we are. And I'm looking more at like the community-wise than just that small group of people that pay attention to council. And a press release where we're reaching a bigger amount of individuals, and we can even, you know, get it in the newspaper and stuff like that. And
Invite all the meeting.
yeah, invite them all in media. I mean, we can get it bigger than if we do it in council.
John, the only thing I would ask is feel the temperature of the council. I don't want them to feel like we slighted them and said we're going to take it to them.
I agree, and so if it is done, I like the idea of doing it under communications.
Right.
It's just purely a,
Hey guys, we want to let you know we have a brand new website, a new logo. Here's all your good stuff. Stop by. We have a press conference tomorrow if you want to come by. Just kind of an invitation.
Announce it.
Yeah, announce it.
And then do the formal invitations for each council member for the press conference, so they know it's a new logo
And
coming
walk
in.
away rather than doing a presentation.
yeah, if it's understaffed, my concern is then it starts to turn into exactly what you said.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a department.
Right.
No, that's why there's KLB's board.
Okay. Yeah, I like that idea. Does everyone kind of agree that maybe that's what we do? Just go to the communications piece, which is they don't have during the communications piece, the council members can't interact with you. They just basically take in information. So there's no questions. There's no, need for presentation. We just go in, make our announcements. We want to invite you to our press conference. We're launching our new website and our new logo. Here's some of the goodies that go with it. Come see us and come talk to
See you
Bianca
then.
Brewster.
See you there.
Not right now.
Don't talk to Bianca Brewster.
I don't have enough time to order a dress.
But we do want to kind of look for that
I,
week of March the 20th to do the press conference and the launch, because you still have.
no, that is a very chaotic week for us. I would say that I know we're pushing it, but because of that, Washington and then having a whole bunch of items on the agenda, then April might be good.
All right, let's look at April, but be careful with Easter week, Holy Week, that kind of stuff.
Okay, so what's the next city council meeting after?
After the 20th would be the first week, first April first Monday in April. April 3rd?
Let's see, Good Friday is the 7th, so like that's considered like Holy Week.
This is Holy Week.
Now we have off that day, the 7th.
So maybe
Well-
like the week of the 10th.
Well, again, if we do the invitation on Monday the 3rd at the council meeting
Yeah.
for a press conference set for the next week,
For the 10th.
10th or 11th, Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
Right.
So April 3rd.
So we would make our invitation announcement, and that we're having a press conference and a campaign kickoff or launch on the 10th or the 11th, Monday or Tuesday of the following week,
Perfect.
right?
That's something we can do. That's
This
it gives
our
us
meeting
enough
would
time and we
be,
can
our
get some
meeting would be
nice
like the
invites.
5th.
Yeah. Plus you need to get some promo items and some other stuff.
Yeah, it gives me enough time. Definitely.
Does that work for everybody?
So,
Okay. So then the action item would be to launch the website and do an invitation to the council on April the 3rd, and have our press conference and kickoff, or launch on April the 10th or 11th, Monday or Tuesday. What do y'all like?
Tuesday.
You like Tuesday better?
Because a lot of people ask
Oh,
for
'cause-
Mondays and Wednesdays, Fridays off.
That's true, it's after Easter.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I
Tuesday.
think we do have Monday off.
Do you?
So Tuesday.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Easter Sunday hangover?
Yeah, that's what they call it. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
No,
sure.
we just had Easter
That
Monday.
and Super Bowl,
I think
yes.
they call it Easter Monday.
It's the Monday after Super Bowl and Easter that everybody has a hard time recovering, especially all those that give up meat. Right, because that's the day you want to go eat all the meat you can. Okay, so let's shoot for Tuesday the 11th then.
Perfect.
Does that work for everybody? So then I'll entertain a motion to launch our campaign with an invitation to council on April the 3rd and a launch of April the 11th.
Yay.
So I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second? Second with Bianca. All right, all those in favor, say aye. All those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right. Cool. Staff reports. Ruby.
Okay. Give me a second. Kite Festival, the big event today. Okay. So we have our next event coming up would be Kite Festival, and I included it there as an event with y'all because I think I mentioned I wanted to have somebody help me, and we have a lot of paint that was donated from Coca-Cola, and it's
Do you
I already told her, so
do you already have your selected site?
for what? For Kite Festival, they're doing it at North Central Park.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Because I'm also going through the Environmental Design Center.
Uh-huh.
But maybe if you do want to do something in the face paint, you could be next to us and we can help out.
Is it
Yeah.
face paint?
So I wanted to grab somebody to do face paint.
I'll write a pink trash can.
We'll do face paint because we have, what is the type of paint?
Washable.
With a washable paint. So we have a whole bunch of washable paint. Instead of it going to waste, I was hoping that one of the board members can, join us and have
If you
some face
put it
paint.
next to my copy.
Okay. Okay, Diane and Bianca.
Oh, sorry. Did you want to do it there?
No. Both of you guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Because it's a long, and that was a long event. So
No,
like,
yeah.
we're gonna do like shift work. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna assign everybody, but it's very hot. Like I got tired. Somebody was like, "You're already tired," and I guess I was tired.
Because we're going to be doing the photos with the animals.
Huh?
So, as long as and I'm taking 3 of my staff members.
Uh-huh.
So, we'll be able to.
Perfect. Yes. So I can count on your.
I'll let you know where we're located. Like where they
Okay.
put us. They already showed
I'll
us.
talk to. They already showed you guys. Really?
Yes. We're going to be.
Oh, because you guys have
We need
animals.
electricity.
That's true. Yeah, because last time they put me over here by the entrance. Like,
It gets too hot?
Oh, okay, that's we're gonna electrocute a few of them or something.
No, they get too hot.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about the big event, which we were talking about earlier. We're going to do 174 trees.
174
No,
trees.
sorry. 149. Last time it was 100. We're doing 149 trees, and we're doing it a bit different this time when it comes to leaders. Last time we only had leaders for our KOB volunteers, but this time we're gonna have leaders for all TAMU volunteers. So whomever is available that day, please shoot me an email so I can set you up for an upcoming tree training, as we call it, because we're also going to be planting trees, but we're also going to be adding mulch. It was an idea somebody mentioned. I said, hey, you know what? That's a good thing. That's a good thing. We can do that. Okay, so we're going to be doing some of that. What do you call it?
Cleaning of the tree wells.
Yeah, tree walls. We're going to be mulching the tree walls. We're going to be fixing them up. So that's another task we're going to be doing that day. Okay?
And that's the 25th, right?
Yes, March 25th. So if you all are available, please shoot me an email, as I said, so I can start working on my, who's going to do what list.
Just looking at the.
What time is it, like, is it morning kind of
Big
day?
event. It's 80, not bad, it's 81 degrees.
I'm sorry?
Is it like a morning?
Yeah, we're doing, well, actually this time we're doing we're looking about 9 to 1. Of course, we're going to finish before that because there's like it's the food from 11 to 12. So like pretty much more work-wise, 9 to 11:30.
Oh, no, I mean the tree planting training thing.
Oh, the training, no, that one they put it in the morning. They scheduled it for the morning, right?
Oh, okay, no, it's because I'm going to be out of town, like, one of those days, or I'm going out of town. But I'm trying
You
to think, like,
only have to go to one training. You don't
Yeah.
have to go to both. So whichever one you're available.
so I'm already taking off the 23rd, so
Okay? Okay, great.
Who puts on the training, Victor?
Yes, Mr. Navarro from Parks, We'll be doing it, and we'll be doing it at Tommy U.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I can
if you are available, try to make, well, if you're gonna join us for a big event, make sure you make it to one of the trainings, please. Next, our event after that, which is on April, is Earth Day, and we're working with that, with the library and different city departments and different other entities, and Coca-Cola once again is donating, drinks.
Drinks, not paint.
They're not donating washable paint this time.
Because we don't want to drink paint.
No, they're donating some of our drinks. So far, Coca-Cola is on the top of our list for what's it called? Sponsor of the year. They've donated quite a few so far, and the year just started. Because I still have a whole bunch of drinks from October that I'm gonna use for March. Okay. Then we have, so in April is considered it's the TxDOT cleanup, and they're doing it April 1st for all affiliates all around, so we'll be doing that as well. So mark your calendars for our Adopt a Highway, and that's when, as I mentioned, everybody does it. It's kickoff.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to do the other side of the highway this time. It's going to be a little different because it's going the other way. So hopefully, I don't know, we should do it earlier because last time we didn't even get to finish.
Well, last time I don't think we could start earlier because it's darker.
I think this time around
it'll be more light out.
Also,
if we
daylight
start,
time is coming up.
When is
Yeah.
that?
Huh?
it'll
Wednesday,
be
Wednesday.
Saturday, April 1st.
No, but daylight savings is
Oh, in March.
yeah, it's coming up in 2 weeks.
It's the 12th.
Okay. So, yeah,
A
so
week,
please, guys, I really do ask for y'all's help on, because the highway, I have it adopted for us, not for volunteers. I really don't want to take out any volunteers out there in the middle of like
Oh, no, yeah, that
359.
traffic's terrible.
No, that's a big liability, so I'd rather have the board and the staff there, okay? So, that's that. Activity report, so I just want to get with you guys real quick. I am missing only 2 contracts that weren't signed, and I'll get with you after. This is our yearly contract, which pretty much states that you will attend your board meetings, you will attend the amount of board meetings, the amount of events that is just asked from you all as being an active board member. And most of you all already signed time that I just, as this man mentioned, I'm missing too. Last year we didn't do it, of course, because we were all fairly new. But this year we did start keeping track of board members' attendance in every event or activity you show up. I'm writing down if you're active or present, and we're keeping track of how active you are with the board. As you can see, we have somebody, a rock star over here, Miss Diane, has attended everything so far. So that's really good. Thank you, Diane. And I'm going to skip the two-a-day real quick. And I also want to thank everybody that showed up to the parade, guys. Honestly, you all did amazing. Everybody, even if you didn't show up, I know Mr. Ramirez helped us either way with which I have in my office, your generator, the SD card with the music, like all of that was great help. Everybody, I could say, did an amazing job, and thank you for those that showed up on Saturday and I wasn't able to make it, but thank you for still representing KLB to the best of your guys' ability, and I appreciate it. And even though we didn't win, I still think it looked amazing and everybody did an awesome job. Like, hey, next year, next time, because I know it was a lot of work and a lot of effort that everybody put in. So thank you guys. I'm gonna go back to the two-a-day. Two-a-day didn't work out. So any ideas would be awesome. I don't know if we should put it on the newspaper or something. Maybe get started on the other programs I wanted to try out, but the two-a-day program did not work out. So I was thinking of doing, as I had mentioned, the adopt. Two-a-day didn't work out, so let me start working on contracts for Adopt a Creek and Adopt a Storm Drain. Storm Drain, right? So, and I'll get with Mr. Porter because I still haven't mentioned to him about the Adopt a Creek. He's just here in the letter.
When you say Adopt a Creek, like the entire creek or sections of it?
It'll be sections of it. I gotta check how other affiliates have an Adopt a Creek, and I think that'll be pretty cool because that's our creeks are the ones that are like very dirty and stuff, and I want to see how other affiliates are doing it, and we can kind of adopt what they're doing. Like for the storm drain, I'm gonna go based off of how they're doing it for the pipelines that we have seen. So two-a-day didn't work out. Hey, it's okay. You know what? It didn't work out. We'll try this. We'll try something else. Because on the KTB report that we're currently working on, that is something that is asked, like, what Adopt a program do you guys have? And we currently do not have any Adopt a blank. And
Well, the city tries to do like the Adopt a Park, but I tried to apply for that, and it didn't go anywhere. I put in an application.
okay.
The entire park department's adopted, so that's why.
Apparently, well, I adopted it anyway. I'm a surrogate mother.
I would get with Clark and see how I can work with them so we can still kind of get that going for us.
Because I
Because,
think it's a good idea.
well, yes,
Well, they have a program called, it's on their website.
it's their dream. It is.
What's what I said? Like I went through the whole process.
I built their website, so I know it's on there.
Contact me back. I'm like, so I'm just gonna do it myself.
Well, I'll get with them and see what we can do, and if not, how I said, there's other adopts or whatever that we can do. If we don't want to work with us, then we'll find something else. But it would be good because I've been doing a lot of outreach and career days, and unfortunately, it does not help us in our Gold Star and Silver Star. I mean, it helps us a little bit, and it helps us in our GCA, but it doesn't help us as much as a Adopt a whatever will help us. And every year they change the requirements for Gold Star, and we're this close this year, falling short.
So what do we need to adopt? What is something we could adopt besides creek and park, the landfill?
Make the landfill happen tomorrow.
a lot of ways.
Yeah, Mr. Bitman is locate the hot spots where actually all the trash actually always have the problem around the creek, and that's the areas that need to be.
Around the creek, because my backyard's a hot spot.
Yeah, like, and that's why I mentioned creeks, because that's usually
Okay.
where everything.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, I mean, the parks are a big place because, especially like North Central, Slaughter, and Independence, where people do a lot of walking. They're just awesome stuff. Ryan, I know the walking around Ryan.
School.
Yeah, that one. Also, Martin, because they have those walking tracks, people just dump their water bottles everywhere. Adopt a storm drain, a storm canal. I mean, if you ever seen the storm canal by the mall, I mean, it's got all of those, all those plastic bags everywhere. Adopt a block, that's what Big Lou is doing.
Yeah, but adopt neighborhood would be really good. It would be really nice if somebody could adopt this neighborhood. It's like, what? Two mattresses in that corner? Like, we're right there, guys. So that would be a good idea, too. Yeah, we don't have to do a park. We can do something else, and we'll give it a try and see what works out for us.
Mr. Hernández mentioned to go to schools, you can approach Martin High School, you can approach the elementary.
Yeah, we
You
can
approach
definitely
all
go
that.
through the schools. Once the program is started and going, we can tell the schools like, hey, we have this program. Does any of your clubs or committees want to adopt it? And
As
we
they
can-
walk the area, as they work their neighborhood.
Yeah.
they
Well,
can-
because like when we did the big event in the Chummy event in November, was it Harmony?
Mhm.
Harmony School brought like their kids, and it was like, I don't know if it was a club or a class or whatever, but somehow they came to do this little park cleanup. So they would be a good person, like a good entity to approach, especially because they're kind of like not out there, but they're a little more less restricted than like a public school.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it'd be
They
good.
might
Like
be a
once
good
we get the
place.
program running, we can bring it out to the schools and say, hey, does any of your
Harmony's, they have a campus right next door, so got the creek, over by Dr. Ike's.
yes.
That whole area is the part of the
Oh, that
Lord's
would be
Lord's
good.
Got it.
yeah,
Uh-huh. Yes, that would be good.
Everybody's a good place
so you have to
do
think
that.
of like who's where and like what matters to them.
Another thing, my concern about the creek is the homeless. Like when we do an adopted creek, like should we inform somebody so like that they can stay safe? Like that's my concern with the creek.
Well, I know that John's group does clean up through there, but they use a contractor like Nick Benavides, and he does your creek cleaning and almost your creeks. So they go through there, and they're also very careful because of the homeless, and they pick up all of their mattresses and stuff, and it's not there. I mean, we've got to get some of that out of the way. But we could also always ask police to come in and walk with us.
Okay, it's something we can work on and look into. We'll do this storm drain first, and then we'll do the trail up the creek and get that going. Yes, any other anybody has any ideas for?
Adopted director.
I like my director.
Adopted director.
I'll adopt mine.
Yeah, the adopted park is a great idea, but they're not going to be responsible for what you do.
Yeah.
Adopted park, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's January, so we've adopted it.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I was to Tammy you taking a class.
So I'm okay.
You were
So
Tammy, you?
Where's mine?
We threw you over there somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, here. Yeah.
Oh yes, right there.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Taking time for next meeting?
wait. I'm excited.
Oh, you?
Oh, the notes. Go off the notes.
Which notes?
Okay. Yes. Okay. So Rita's first nominations. Did you guys see that? Just make sure you guys are voting every day. You're able to vote every day. Okay. So the goal is to get nominated first. Last year we were able to get nominated, but of course this year the goal is to actually get voted. So voting is that one, I am gonna ask for permission if we can, because there's so many ads just for nomination.
I know.
So I'm hoping, I'm gonna ask if I can get an ad for actual voting. First, I was like, because why am I gonna get a ad for nomination? Like, we were able to get nominated last year without an ad. So once we actually get nominated, I'll get us an ad and include that as well.
Do you have our social media pages at Facebook, Instagram?
Yes.
I have, because we buy so many ads from Facebook, I've got a couple $100 of credits
Oh,
for
okay.
ads that I'd be happy to donate.
Okay, yeah, that would be awesome. If you could donate,
Yeah.
that would be good. And we can put it on our social media.
Okay.
Yeah, because as soon as you open it, you sign in.
Yeah,
sure.
sure. I see something.
And you're trying to get to the
And then sometimes
nomination
it freezes,
phase.
so it's just me and my.
No, it freezes
Yeah.
loading up all the ads. There's so many ads, and I was so surprised. I went in there today, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like,
Become a cash cow for LTs.
That's what we were saying. That's the thing. But yeah, I like trophies and I like awards, so whatever that can get us. So we're still working on mini sculptures. They're still not up. They should be up soon. And we were able to fix the whole what was it? The grant situation. I spoke to you guys about the KTV report. That's what we're currently working on, and will be submitted next week. And it's looking pretty good. As I mentioned, my biggest concern was the Adopt A something. And another thing that we don't have, and it's always being asked, is a youth advisory committee. So it's something I'm going to look into. I know Parks is going to get one, so I'm going to talk to the person that's going to be in charge of that to see maybe if I can work with him. Like that I don't have to get my own and he still manages it. But yeah, they're getting a youth advisory committee. So that's something else that's getting mentioned a lot in just GCA report and the KTV report. And then I told you all about conference, and don't get discouraged. Maybe you can go with somebody, share the prices of the hotel or whatever.
The hotel is very expensive.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't booked yet. I'm planning
So,
to
but
book
then
soon.
I'm gonna study actually.
Do you have an itinerary already and where the
So
information?
I didn't print it, but it's in Houston. We start on Monday and we will end Wednesday nights. Last year I didn't attend the GCA dinner, but this year I will be attending. So we'll be leaving Sunday. We'll be leaving Sunday. Get there on Sunday and leave on Thursday.
Okay.
So
And the dates again are?
June 26th, well, technically June 25th, and through June 28th, technically coming back to 29th. It's okay, Cabo. Ponemos unos pillows.
Unos pillows ahí, vámonos.
Si te acuestas del otro lado y
Okay,
ya.
I'm checking the time. It's
I'm not it's no snore, okay?
Yeah, it's gonna be many days. That's the also because we could have shared the room or whatever, But it's a 400. I found it like it's good 400. For the whole package. It was okay because you're gonna get to know lots of people there. But at the end of the day, it's kind of
I'll see what I can do. Maybe I can get an extra room and then like have y'all share something.
party time. Actually.
But I'll see what conference it is. So it's in Houston, and it's gonna be held at the Galleria Weston in Houston.
Galleria Weston?
Yes.
And that's it.
So like it's right here.
I think
So it's this
We
one.
have to sign it.
Oh, this is the one there. This is the one that they did.
Okay. And do they have a rate for us?
Yes, I haven't booked this yet. I need to get somebody's credit card in order to do it.
Either hurt you, he's just holding on to his wallet tighter.
So, okay, so that just gives us or early bird registration, so that's everything, including the dinner, okay? Oh, no, with the dinner, so it's $475. The rate, but the rate for the hotel, I don't know, I need to check. Once I book it, I'm gonna send you guys, I'm like, okay, this was my total. Because here, remember that we do field trips as well, and we do all this stuff, so it adds a little bit more.
I mean, for you guys, I mean, it's good. Like, it's a must, I would say. Like, so you can make
Yeah,
more
because
people there.
when we attend, we get 12 hours credit for our report. But I'll see. I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm trying to move monies around for us, so because I do want to try to get more people to join us. For me, honestly, the more the merrier.
I know. No, don't worry about it. I mean, you focus and, just you guys. Don't you worry.
Oh, I feel that.
No.
If you really want to go, let me know.
I know. No. If I really wanted to go, I will go.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe she can go and she can share a room with somebody.
No, it's because it's gonna be many days, like it's just so many days. Yeah. I already requested like a week in advance last month to go.
Colorado.
My boss,
you were
you're
working,
working,
right?
right? Yeah.
But it's a good conference to go to. It really is. Like, you will learn so much, and like you'll get to meet a lot of people. It'll be nice to have you all there, and it gives you a much better understanding of what KTB is. Yeah.
So if somebody wants to go, and don't think they can afford to go, let me know.
Yeah, how I said, maybe like, hey, pay one thing, Jason can help you with something, like, it's up to you all. No pressure, but it would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, I have a budget for ads and sponsorship every month. It's not big, but I haven't done anything just yet. So there's 2 months already that I've got that money kind of set aside in my budget. So plus every time I use my American Express card, I rack up points. So.
Yeah, so
But right now we're
Ahí está.
yeah. So the offer stands.
Yeah.
Okay, and so so you'll take care of the registration for the board members, but we take care of our accommodations.
yeah, definitely. I can, if you're done and doing it, if you
Yeah,
need-
I'm going.
If you need to sign that, and I can sign it all up and everything, and then you just, I mean,
I have to detox my liver before and after. Sorry. Oh, that's on the record. I thought I made that statement. Porter knows. I told Porter the stories about the last trip.
same here. So that's that. So, and then we're also gonna start working on this beautiful Texas wharves. And we're trying to see, there's 2 people that I'm going to nominate, and I'm trying to I need to read into the other ones and see what other entities I can nominate, so it'll be good to have at least one individual or entity one. And then the last thing on my list that I left was the sponsorship for the t-shirt and trees. Guys, I need help. Nobody has sponsored a tree yet for the big event. So this is our t-shirt for the year. So we're gonna use this t-shirt for the whole year. Besides the ones that you all got recently, which I thought were really nice.
Okay.
Okay, and I did also order everybody a polo, okay? I'm waiting on those polos. I'm sorry, I went with black. I know not everybody's a big fan of black, but I went with black. Yes, for like a conference where we're inside, and it would be nice to wear. But this is our shirt for work purposes, okay? But this is where I stand in the back. I'm missing 4 spots. Okay, so whomever you may know that might be interested, let them know so I can close this off and get our shirts ordering, because we're gonna do it again. I'm gonna get a little sign that says, hey, you want to become a volunteer, sign up, you get a
Do you
t-shirt.
have a package or anything?
How much is it?
spot, like, yeah.
Oh, the spot's 250. So me quedan 4 spots de 250. Okay? So, you guys,
And you can pay my credit card?
not yet.
Yes, I can take it.
She-
tomorrow.
Oh, but let me rephrase that. Can I pay?
No, I'm still working on getting us a new, I had to close our old account and I'm getting us a new account for like online stuff.
Got it.
So,
That's it. Let me
250, 250,
Can I
okay?
make that out to keep Laredo beautiful?
To keep Laredo beautiful, por favor.
Please.
And that is it. Oh, real quick in the email, I told you also we're losing board members. Or technically, I lost one today. We never got to meet him, unfortunately. So his spot is open. So that gives me. I have 3 applications right now that I need to submit. One was submitted, but because of the whole change from the interim and now we have a new state manager, I'm going to resend him, which is from Coca-Cola. We have Jaime from City Electronics that has helped us in the past with sponsorships, and one other individual. I'm not sure who she is, but she seems interested, and I'm more than welcome to accept anybody. So that's those 3 spots there, but technically I have 2 now. So if you know anybody that is interested, hey, there's a seat available for them, and I'm more than happy to meet new people that are interested in the program. And honestly, I keep mentioning it to everybody. I have a really good board, a really good active board. I went to meet the new city manager and I told him like, hey, like yes, my board is very like active and I really like everybody on there. So hopefully whoever does decide to come in is the same, just as you all, as I said, everybody is unique in their own way and they, you guys input in your own ways, and I appreciate that. Oh, you're welcome. But that's it for me. Sorry, Jane.
Okay, just because you look like you were going all over the place.
I went back to
I see you're
my
fine.
place.
You know.
Yeah, I know you saw my notes. Yes.
So, all right, so we have a date and time for next meeting.
Can we aim for a Tuesday or Thursday?
Your call.
I
Works for
would
you
like
and
to
the
have
board.
our other student worker join us so she can see as well. Unfortunately, she can't do Wednesdays, so a Tuesday or Thursday would be good. April 4th or 6th. Anybody opposed to that?
I'm good at the floor.
You good April 4th? Okay.
I'm good at the 4th or the 6th, either one. So.
Don't want to do April 4th at
5:30.
5:30.
The same time. Same time. April 4th.
What time?
5:30. What do you have?
I have class, but yeah, at 6. I have class at 6.
You have class at 6 or it ends at 6?
No, at 6.
What about Thursday? Can you do the 6th?
Thursday,
Or is it like a Tuesday, Thursday class type of thing?
I just have class, all week and
all
basically all week, Monday through Friday. And but right now Mondays and Wednesdays, that's when I just get out like at 5:30. Like right
Okay.
now. Mondays and Wednesdays. So after that, I get out like at 8.
No, let's stick to our Wednesdays. We'll do April 5th. Don't worry.
April 5th.
Yes. We'll do April 5th, but now we know you're running late already. We know that.
The reason, thank you so
Yes.
much for understanding.
So we can do April 5th. No worries.
Okay. And are we good at 5:30 or should we push to 6 to make sure you're not late? To give you a little more time. Would that help you? Should we push back from 5:30 to 6 on Wednesday?
That'll be chiflada, no? Like, thank you. I feel loved now. Thank you so much. Yes.
Okay, so let's move to 6. And it gives me a little more time too, because I'm always trying to, there's a picture of me in the office, and I've got my computer, my phone, and about 3 other pieces of paper, and people are shoving things into my face for me to sign.
Yeah. So I will give you an extra time on that. That makes me feel even
Okay, so April
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so
5th
much.
at 6, okay.
Today's gonna be at 6.
Is everybody okay with that?
I might have to leave her like 6:30 is
If you
fine.
gotta leave, don't worry, girl, you go.
Not because you're having the baby like right there,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
because
this
as
is-
long as your water doesn't break in here, we're
Yeah.
good.
We're good till June.
Okay,
Okay,
well, we're in conference.
okay, so do I have any items for the next meeting that anybody wants to discuss, anything we need to bring up? On our calendar, I know this is one of the things that I get asked by the council members, because again, it's the constant. So then we can't ask you for help, is what they've asked. A couple of them have said that. I said, no, that's not it. I said, we need more volunteers. We can do stuff for you. We can send representatives from our organization to help chaperone the event or lead the event, but you know, we keep dividing our volunteers, and then it's a question of equipment. I mean, you want us to do certain things for you that we're not geared for.
And funding too, because sometimes they ask for trees, ask for this and for that, and if there's not donations or any sponsorships, the projects cannot continue just going.
My first question is, if you want us to help you, tell me how much money in your promotional or discretionary account you have that you would be willing to.
No, but they need to consider that, and also the treatment thing, you need to consider there's money for irrigation, and for irrigation, doesn't qualify from promotional, only for district funds.
Right.
So that's the first thing before they do a planning for a tree planting, they need to make sure the irrigation is available, or the irrigation funding is available before.
But the irrigation funding, again, I'm a little fuzzy why you can't use discretionary funds. I know they call them priority funds, but they're not priority. It's not a priority. Both of those projects would make a priority list on most people's honey-do list. That said, it's coming from bond money, so brick and mortar. Is irrigation not considered brick and mortar?
Well, the thing is, for some reason, it doesn't qualify, it also depends on what bonds they apply for. But if it's a new project with the building, with this, with that, all that is included. But when it's irrigation by itself, it doesn't qualify.
So
I
Senators
think the
Alfred,
reason why it doesn't is because then that's almost considered maintenance.
almost, but if it's new irrigation, I mean, if it's,
I agree, but yeah, I mean, they
are we
just.
just kind of straddling the line there with those guys, and that's why they don't want to do it?
But if, yeah, for instance, we're doing a new phase of this park, okay, then irrigation qualifies. Oh, we're going back to this park that never had irrigation, then they say no. So,
I just don't make no sense. I
Yes,
mean,
that's-
it's still brick and mortar. I mean, it's an old park and I'm adding benches. That's brick and mortar. If I'm adding a slab of concrete in an old park, that's brick and mortar. Why can I mean, that would be me arguing with zoning and those guys. Could zone, somebody legal zone this?
no, the bond council,
The park person was zone?
that's my understanding, yeah. I mean, I don't know who, Jose Castillo calls, maybe he calls his wife, and then, I don't know.
Because I don't know if I call my wife, she's gonna tell me the same thing. That doesn't qualify.
Yeah.
No, it's like
But
right
what about
now,
those shoes? Those qualify, sorry.
it's like right now, for the big event, it qualifies because we're using parkland funding, which is dedicated for parks. So that's why we're getting the irrigation funding. But when it comes to the trees, we need to look for donations. They have
Well, no,
a botanical.
the trees, I already understand. And again, I think it's a project for us, Keep Laredo Beautiful, to continue to go out and ask people to donate trees and put them into tree form. And build an inventory of trees for us to have throughout the year for different events, right? Because we wait till, to the event, and then we try to hit people up for, $2,000-3,000 to get 20 trees. But if we're asking people to make an individual donation, and we have kind of a dollar amount that they can donate, and we'll go buy the tree, and we'll put a plaque with it. We can start putting these all together in the inventory, and then when time comes, we will take them out, put them out with a plaque and everything else that's needed.
And
But
whoever
really-
is setting up in the calendar, like two in the fall, two in the spring for
Well,
tree planting, so
let
that way
me-
also you can have it.
Well,
Let me stop you all there. The way I was mentioning to Mr. Linares, because he's one of our new board members, I told him, I base myself off of what KTP is expecting out of KLB. So pretty much, I gave everybody a packet, and in that packet it states, events that we should be participating on in order to be in good standing, silver and gold. So based off of the calendar that I did for the year, it's all of those events. So what I did was in December or November, I don't remember what month it was, I put all of those events on the calendar. I sat down with Parks, Council Support, and forgot what other department, and I said, these are events that KLB needs to have. Do you want to have them in your district? And that's pretty much how I went down. So for council support, there's 4 council support. I only had 2 council support showed up that day, okay? So the ones that were here, were like, okay, yeah, definitely, like, this, my council member would be interested in that. And that's how, for the one in May, I have a waterways in District 7. And so like, I need to do a waterways cleanup. Do you have anything in your district? Oh yeah, we have, I think it's rock roller that we're doing, and we're gonna have that event. So that's kind of how it played out. So if you look at the events that KTV is asking from us, and pretty much our calendar, I mean, there's 12 months out of calendar, besides our adopt, like the adopt a highway, you would pretty much see that we have an event, at least one or two events per month. They're like, we also currently, we're going to start working with Tommy U to start cleaning up Las Palmas and other areas. It's not going to be a big event. It's just strictly with like the athletics team, where we're going to be going and touching up concerning areas around Laredo. But that's another that they're doing on their side. It's not a big event, but we're still getting together, going out there and cleaning up. So there would be 2 or 3 events, like 2 or 3 events, which are on the weekend, on Saturday, 2 or 3 Saturdays, that I'll be working. So, I mean, I don't mind having another one, but then it's come down to I'll be working every Saturday, pretty much. Unless a board member is willing to like be the go-to person for that event, you know, because somebody that I can depend on and say, hey, like, can you take charge of this for me? Like, for example, this weekend we have the health fair coming up. I won't be going, but Ashley's gonna be attending. You know what I mean? Like, because it's just, and it comes down back to like, it's just me having to be there every weekend. I don't mind. We can set it up. We can plan it.
You do mind, but that's okay. I mean, you can't expect you to be at every event.
Well, yeah, exactly. I can't be at every event. Like,
Whenever you need
it
extra
comes
help,
down
let
to
me
that.
know. And I'm sorry, whenever you need extra help, let me know and I'll help out.
Yeah, like, I guess it's just everybody understanding more like, hey, you know what, Ruby can't be there always, but my board members are always more than welcome to represent KLB, and it's,
I think it should be, and again, I don't know how the board feels, but my personal feel is if you tell us this is what you need of us, we'll pick one month where I will be the person that goes to that other event, right? And every board member should take that one event. So we do one Saturday a year that is mandatory for us as a board member.
That would be great, so
Right.
we'll have extra.
Okay.
And so that way-
way.
So we can look at that as a board, and then each one could look, this is what fits their schedule. You know, for my schedules, for example, there's only one month where I really am not here or not working, that's December. But every other month, somewhere in the office, somewhere close by. So if I need to be here on Saturday for an event, I'm available.
okay.
I just can't do a whole bunch of them because I've got other things, but I will take one and say, you know what, I'll do that one. That's my month. That's my event. And I'll lead wherever you, I mean, you don't have to be there. I'll be fully in charge. He'll be represented for that event.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's that having a representative that, will be there and can coordinate and make sure if anything goes down.
So going back to what the council members were saying, and there was 5 of them that I've spoken to so far about something. They've asked me to work on something for them. Their concern is, well, if you guys did the calendar already, why did I know? Or why, I wasn't asked. Well, again, now I know why. Only 2 of the council support people showed up, so they don't know that their council support people were asked to attend and participate in selecting what was going to go into their districts. And now they're all upset because one council member has quite a few going on in their district, and another one is going to get support from us on their project. And then they're going, well, where do I fit in?
Well, as I did mention before also, when it comes to the TAMU collaborative events, I don't choose side. I don't choose
Right,
the
so
side.
the big event, that's theirs.
Yeah, big event and make a difference is TAMU. TAMU chooses a site and we show up and do our part.
So of all the events that we have planned for this year, do we check off all the boxes that Keep Texas Beautiful wants?
Correct, yes.
And we're just tree planting for all of that. Is that something that they want us to do, or is that just outside of their?
Well,
It's not one of those things that they ask and just something we do.
No. What's it called? So we have Arbor Day, right? Which I had set up for District 1, which he's on board for that.
And that's, what day is that?
November 4th. Yeah.
That's like
So what are we doing for Arbor Day?
Well, no, that's November 4th is Arbor Day.
Yeah, so what are we doing for them on that day?
We'll be planting some trees in the Bennet Hills.
So,
That's my goal. Yeah, that's my goal for that. I set it up and I mentioned it to the council support and she mentioned it to him when we did like a PSA and he was totally on board for that.
yeah.
So I have that. But like, the Great American Cleanup, as it says there, it's a cleanup. Then we have the Domenses with Texas Trash Off, which is the Adopt a Highway that we'll be doing. But that's the thing, with Domes with Texas, with TxDOT, they require for us to do at least 3. So that's why we have to do our 3. Which, if we do April's, that's already 2 down, and we only have 1 more left to do for the whole year, and we need that for our contract. And then we have Earth Day, which is April 22nd, which we'll be doing. And then Texas Arbor Day.
I'm sorry to interrupt. What are they doing on April 22nd?
April 22nd for Earth Day. We'll be at the library. We're going to have different booths, but we'll also be doing first from 9 to 11. We'll be doing tree planting from 11 till 2. We're going to have different booths. We're going to have tree giveaways.
Would you like to have
and
volunteers?
Huh?
Volunteers? Would you like to
Sure.
have?
Yes, I'm gonna need
Because
volunteers.
Lulac La Flor, that's actually Lulac La Flor's birthday, and usually we always do something on her
Yes,
birthday.
definitely. I can invite you to our next
birthday?
meeting.
Yeah, that's
Whose birthday is that?
Lulac La Flor. That's the council that I belong to. That I
Oh,
started.
okay.
So
I'm sorry.
we mostly do volunteering around the community.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, you can join us definitely.
That's Jordan's birthday, my daughter, so.
Yeah.
Maybe.
it's her birthday.
It's her birthday on the
It's my
22nd.
birthday as well. So
Really? We celebrated both there.
Yeah.
Birthday with me.
So yeah, we have, what is it, the waterways. So we have waterways, which we're doing, and fall sweep. Yeah, like, so it's fall sweep waterways. What's March to May, it's pretty much everything they ask for, it's on the calendar.
It's on the calendar.
Yes,
So
it's on the
we
calendar.
checked and hit all the boxes.
Yeah, like pretty much everything that's on the calendar is what's checked off with what KTV asks
Right.
and what TxDOT is asking from us from our 3D.
Got it. Oh, are you missing anything?
No,
We've got them all covered.
everything's.
So whatever the council asks for that's over and above what is required of us to keep Texas beautiful or TxDOT,
Mhm.
if we can do it, they're gonna have to provide us more volunteers and some additional funding.
Yes.
Because we have a mission that requires us to do these things, and that's my answer to them now.
Yeah.
It's easier for me to tell them, look, it's not us. I mean, we have a mission to keep our standing with Keep Texas Beautiful.
Yes.
And as we work towards being part of Keep America Beautiful, these are the things that we have to do.
Yeah, and yes, because actually I'm basing myself off of KAB already.
Wow.
I'm basing myself off of KAB and KTB already, because with KAB you have to do recycle day, which is something that KTB doesn't ask, but I'm already doing it because we're working on that application. So I'm doing both of those, but like there is in June, I had mentioned this, like in June there's still that tentative, like June and September, technically I still have a weekend available. But I don't know what day we're going to do our Adopt a Highway. So it depends if somebody, because I did mention, I think it was Strata somebody I mentioned that I said, hey, like if somebody does come to me, I'll still have June, spot in June or September available for them to do whatever activity. The only thing is that June and September, the temperature is pretty intense.
So I would prefer, that we do our Adopt a Highway in September when the temperatures are dropping down a little cooler than June.
Okay.
And then there's a project that we've been asked to do downtown that I would like to see us do. I walked Corpus Christi, Chaparral Street, which is oceanfront, is it Ocean Drive, and then you have one other street and Water Street, right where the Water Street Market is, and the next street over is Chaparral. Chaparral has become their street. It will be their 6th Street. And they've gone in and they've kind of redone the entire street from probably about a 12-block area. And again, something that the city of Laredo is not doing, one of the things I've talked about to keep Laredo, not the Laredo Main Street and the downtown folks, is that you guys are, trying to do this over 50 blocks. Some guys are over there at Iturbide, some are at the Plaza, the Center for the Arts, some are over here at Cultura, Beer Garden, some are at this. I said, you guys are spread out everywhere. The city of Corpus took all those organizations and said, why don't you all come together and put all your funding into one place here and create an epicenter, and from here you'll see other things happen. Well, over and above that, they kind of wrangled an investor to come in and knock down an entire city block, and he built these beautiful lofts, and they're leased to young professionals. They're not leased to elderly. It's not assisted housing because it's a private project, but they took federal grants and tax credits to do it. And so now those things are all full. Attorneys, accountants, city employees, county employees, because all their offices are downtown, similar to ours, and they've created a population density that spends money. So the bars are starting to work. The barbershops, the bakeries are all coming downtown. And so now you're starting to see all these empty stores that they had, or empty storefronts, all get filled. But part of that, their Keep Corpus Christi Beautiful group, they went and installed planters at all the corners where the trash cans were, and just filled them with flowers and put, a little tag that said, "This is that Keep Corpus Christi Beautiful," and talked about, not throwing your trash. It's on a little cue card about that. And then they also put waypoints to tell people where certain things were. You can just come up with your QR code and it brings out a map of that street. But once a month, they go, well, not even once a month, this once a quarter, they were telling me they come out with pressure washers, and they're the ones that clean up the entire sidewalks for everybody all the way through. And they do the streets and stuff. And I think that that's something that we're missing in downtown. One concerted effort in one area. The one area that the city owns all the buildings now is where the Plaza Theater is. They own all the buildings along that road. They bought the building on the corner. They've always owned the Plaza now for forever. And then they bought all the buildings all the way down to ABC Music. They own the Center for the Arts. They own the building where CVB was, which is now a police station. And so they own almost 2/3 of everything. So why not make that the epicenter? That's what I've told the folks at Laredo Main Street, with whom I have a meeting. I said, our organization will help you, but you have to bring volunteers. You guys are now have a grant from the city, you're about to become the same thing we are, which is an extension of a city department at a distance, right? But you have a 501c3, so you can do fundraising. I mean, we'll partner with you. You bring your volunteers, we'll bring our volunteers, and we'll make it a big event. You have 6 other organizations, you have a tourism and empowerment zone. All these are places where y'all can bring some money for us to do this. You guys bring the planters and the plants, we'll bring the volunteers to plant them. We'll do the cleanups, we'll do all of that. But it has to be a concerted effort, and you have to be willing to talk to our executive director to do that. You guys can't just go to the council and expect the council to tell us to do it, because it doesn't work that way, you know? So I think that's the project we do in June, because it's early morning, water,